Threats.
Wait. Get hands!
Anger.
Get over here!
Desperation.
I can't pay it!
What happens when debt
You think you can tear my family apart?
tracks you down?
I'm a madman and you don't want that right now.
We see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
We need police now! We need police now!
dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
If I see him outside there, I'm gonna hit him.
Because if you can't pay,
If you got no sympathy.
they'll take it away. In 2016, more county court judgments were issued against consumers in England and Wales than any other year on record. With a 20% rise in the second half of the year, the average amount owed is nearly £1,800. High Court enforcement agent Gary Brown is a former soldier who served in Afghanistan and Iraq before becoming an agent 2 years ago. Together with trainee Connor Jackson, he works all over London and the South East, recovering debts and seizing goods. Today they're in Bromley, South London, to recover over £11,000 owed by Lee Carpenter to an accident claims company.
Quite a lot of debt. Looks like it could be something to do with a car accident payout.
This isn't the first visit the agents have paid Mr. Carpenter. Last time, no one was home. But with an early morning call, they're hoping to catch him in.
See if we can get inside first. And see if he actually opens the door for us.
But this is going to be one of the most remarkable cases Gary and Connor have ever encountered.
Got your phone?
Yeah. The address is on the second floor of a block of flats.
Something definitely in. We saw the lights on outside.
Hello, Mr. Carpenter. We're High Court enforcement agents. Do you want to come and speak to us, please? Oh, Mr. Carpenter? Hello. My name's Mr. Brown, High Court enforcement agent. This is my colleague, Mr. Jackson.
You're banging on my mum's door.
Okay, well, this is the address they've given us. That's why we're here.
Maybe that's fair enough, but this is not my house. I don't care you guys in this suit and whatnot. I'm not afraid of none of you. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? Yeah, because you got to come to my yard. Yeah, I'm a madman and you don't want that right now. You don't know nothing. Yeah, you ain't no bad man in these suits. There ain't no point telling you nothing. I don't want to explain nothing to no one anymore. I'm sick and tired of explaining my life. Yeah? Go on, man. Tell me what's going on with this thing, or I'm just going to get mad.
Despite the hostile reaction, the agents must persist in enforcing the writ here today.
Basically, they took you to court last year. Now, ultimately, they want the money.
I ain't got 11 grand.
You're not going to be able to pay 11 grand in one go. I'm not expecting that. But we need to put something in motion.
With Mr. Carpenter claiming he can't pay, the agents need to gain entry to the flat to assess his personal circumstances.
I've had that bad every year, you know. I'm not really living properly with my family. I'll show you.
Okay. All right.
As Mr. Carpenter lets the agents in, his mother Maureen appears in the hallway.
It's fine, man. Don't worry.
She seems to know all about the £11,000 debt.
He did try to solve it when he first had one of those, and we did offer to help, and he said he wanted to do it himself.
We're going to need to take some money today. We're going to need something substantial today.
What's substantial?
Normally, we look at collecting at least half the debt. Have you got any savings? What do you do for a living, Lee?
What, because of shelf stacker at night?
Minimum wage sort of thing.
Yeah.
He's got no money on him. I'm not giving him any money, so now what's he going to do?
As much I could probably offer us about £100 today.
It's clear that Mr. Carpenter isn't able to make the agents a credible offer. But Gary and Connor still need to get this case resolved, one way or another.
The client have instructed us, if we don't get the money, we have to remove goods.
Whatever you find in here is mine, apart from what you see in there.
Okay. Can we have a look around the rest of the property? Is that all right?
Unless Maureen can prove the goods in the property belong to her and not to her son, they could be removed. Gary starts an inventory in the front room, where Maureen's other son and grandson are watching TV.
You all right there, fellas? I need to take a picture of this room, guys.
You shouldn't be taking photos of my stuff.
We have to see proof that the goods don't belong to him.
Whatever's in here is mine. I pay all the bills.
Have you...
I furnish the home.
The thing is, when we ask for proof, it's things like sales receipts, sales invoices.
This is ridiculous, guys.
Hold on, just so you can bugger off. There's all the old receipts.
Maureen, can I just
That's
explain this to Lee?
Of things that I pay
Lee, do you wanna...
and none of them belongs to him.
That's all we've asked for.
It would be
I'm going
pretty much everything in the property. We don't want to do that.
Fridge, freezer, look.
Trying to-
all of it. Look.
That doesn't help anyone.
Have a look.
Mate,
Big man.
I'm not doing anything.
Get off me. Have a look.
I'll step out. I'll step out.
Have a look. Look.
Maureen,
There's all receipts.
Come out, 'cause
Have a look
you're
and
just
go.
making my family mess. Come out.
Maureen,
Have a look and
please stay
go.
calm. Please stay calm.
Please just
We
leave
can't look.
now.
She's upset now. Just
I
come
understand
out my
that.
house, please.
Just leave.
No. They're not taking nothing. Call the police. Call them.
They can't take
In fact, no.
anything.
Where's the phone?
If somebody has assets, I'm going to use that because I'm there to collect a debt that's been ordered by the courts on behalf of a client. I'm not there to make any friends. People aren't just going to roll over and give me their money. So I have to apply some kind of leverage.
Despite the growing tension, the agents must continue their inventory, but Maureen isn't calming down.
You're standing here like you're stitched to the floor,
I'll
arguing
call you
with me
back.
about my stuff. Well, there it is.
Basically to try and defuse crime.
Have a look at it. Look. Have a look.
You just can't.
Have a look.
You're not helping the situation.
No, you're not helping the situation yourself. You're still fucking looking, even though I've told you there are receipts for the stuff
Well,
that I brought. Now, excuse me out of the way.
With tempers rising, Mr. Carpenter calls the police.
Go and talk to them because I don't think they understand the situation you guys in. You're not taking it.
Hello? This is becoming a volatile situation now.
But while Gary's on the phone, Mr. Carpenter confronts Connor.
I don't want you in here.
Leave the house, man.
I don't owe you anything.
5 seconds, Mum. Mind out the way. You've got 5 seconds to leave the house. You have 4.
You need to sort
He's
it
now
out.
giving my
Wait till the
colleague...
police
Yeah,
get here.
don't make me do this,
You're
bruv.
wasting time.
Yeah, you might be doing all of that, yeah, but you don't know what I used to do back in the day.
You're
2.
wasting time.
1.
Right, it's now getting physical. Lee! Right, we need police now! We need police now!
You wanna fucking do this to her? Huh? You wanna fucking touch me? Get off! Get off! Get off! I'm a madman, you fucking thing! Get out of my fucking house!
Then Mr. Carpenter goes to the table and grabs a knife.
Get out! Leave! Leave!
I mean, in the middle of the police station was getting threatened with a knife.
Get out! Leave! Stop! What's wrong with you, man? I'll squeeze out here and I fucking got
BR2.
Do you understand? You understand? Now you touch my mouth. I fucking got you. Fucking got you.
With Connor and Gary in serious danger, all they can do now is try and keep themselves safe until the police arrive. Gary Brown and Connor Jackson were in Bromley, South London, chasing payment for an £11,000 debt owed by Lee Carpenter.
I ain't got 11 grand.
With payment unlikely, the agents began an inventory of assets to seize.
You shouldn't be taking photos of my stuff.
But when asked for receipts to prove who owned the goods, Mr. Carpenter's mother became agitated.
Have a look at it.
Then,
Leave the house, man.
Mr. Carpenter decided to take the matter into his own hands.
I wanna fucking do this to her. I'm a madman, you fucking thing.
And picked up a knife.
Get out!
I mean, in the middle of the police station was getting threatened with a knife.
Fucking got you. I ain't afraid of you, yeah? You think you're big and you fucking suit.
With their safety at serious risk, Gary requests immediate police assistance.
We're High Court enforcement agents. We're in the property, and he's now threatening my colleague with a knife. I don't know, a kitchen knife.
Get
Send
out of
police.
my house! You're gonna see a real fucking madman, dear. I fucking put
Lee
you lot in the
Carpenter.
dirt. Think you lot are big, man. I ain't fucking scared of none of you. Get out of until the bobbies come. You're gonna know where to hide, bro. Find your families, do you understand?
You know, it's the first time I had a knife pulled on me. So I was very apprehensive. I was just thinking, I'm going to do what I need to do to get home here. That was all that was going through my mind. I'm going home today.
Don't knife things outside, I'll fucking gut you, bro. Go up there.
Mr. Carpenter's mother sends her son away from the agents to calm down. A few minutes later, the police arrive.
You alright? We're not here to say we agree with them or agree with you.
We're in the middle. We're here to
Just keep
assist
a
both of them.
breach of the peace. So I just put my hands out like that and told him to take me away.
Okay.
Because in the end of the day, they're not taking anything from me. So you might as well just do that before someone gets hurt.
It won't achieve anything. All it do is everyone will get arrested and then the property will still be taken and you won't be here to know what's going on.
With the risk of being arrested, Mr. Carpenter must now calm down. Gary tries to reason with him again.
Lee, this is nothing personal from us, and I'm sure it's nothing personal from you, but I understand your frustration. Ultimately, the debt needs to be paid.
I'll give you some money, I'll give you the $150 a month, yeah, and that's it.
With Mr. Carpenter only able to pay £150 a month, the agents still need to hunt for assets to seize to offset the £11,000 debt. But as they look around the flat, they're in for a shock.
Jesus Christ. Have you seen anyone living in conditions like this before?
Have we got very much?
It's becoming clear there are few household goods to seize. But then in a drawer, Gary makes an unexpected discovery.
30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 380 quid. Lee, I found a load of money. There's £380 there.
Yeah, that's my cash, that's my little bit of cash.
I'm going to take that.
That's my lump sum for you guys, innit? My savings. Go and take it, man.
Gary has found £380 in cash, but with the rest of the household goods of no value, the only way to resolve the case is to see if the claimant will accept a payment plan. Gary calls the office.
Hi, John. We're at a case for Lee Carpenter. I've found £380 in cash in his room. He's offering 150 quid a month.
150 a month, yeah?
Yeah.
Looks like you've done all you can do, mate.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
The payment plan has been accepted.
I've just informed the office that we're going to do an arrangement for £150 a month. I'm going to keep the £380. I'll give you a receipt for that. But we're not going to take any goods. Are we happy with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
You can shake my hand? No hard feelings, mate, okay? Whatever happened earlier, we'll put that to bed.
The case may be settled for now, but for Mr. Carpenter, it will be 6 years before he is free of his £11,000 debt. It's been a draining case for the agents.
It's a result, eventually, and not the result we wanted, but the £380 that I found in his bedroom is a little bit of a sweetener.
Oh, that was intense. Best of a bad situation, that really, isn't it?
A recent survey has revealed that the majority of people with large debts go into denial about their finances. 40% of those surveyed say they keep their debts hidden because they feel ashamed or guilty. High Court enforcement agent Gary Ball was a military policeman for 20 years before embarking on a career in enforcement. Together with Matt Highway, a former security professional, he travels all over the West Midlands, enforcing writs and seizing goods. Today they're in Bearley, Worcestershire.
This is one that we both know well, Mr. Jeffrey Samuel Scott.
They're on their way to see Jeff Scott, an ex-professional footballer who owes £4,500 in unpaid legal fees. But this is the agent's second visit to Mr. Scott in 2 days.
Well, he denied who he was when we first went to him, didn't he? And we showed him a picture on the internet of himself, and then he said, I admitted that it was actually him.
As well as lying about his identity, Mr. Scott told the agents he couldn't pay the debt because of tragic circumstances.
He issued us with a letter to say that he'd got cancer, terminal cancer.
But the agents have had the letter Mr. Scott gave them checked out by his local surgery, who told them it was a fake.
Park in the gate, mate.
Now Matt and Gary are back, and they want answers.
Let's give him a call and see if he answers. Mr. Scott?
Yeah.
Mr. Highway, the High Court Enforcement Agent. I'm at your property, sir. I need to have another chat about this evidence that you've given me.
I'm just about to go to hospital, I'm afraid.
Are you at home at the moment?
Yes, I am.
Okay, can we have a chat about this then?
No.
Right, why is that?
Because my lawyers advised me not to talk to you.
This is a live High Court writ. You've got a copy of that, I gave it you yesterday.
Yeah.
So we're here to enforce the writ today, sir.
I'm not going to let you in.
Okay, you do realise we have to carry on with our job, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah.
Okay, so no problem, thank you. Well, let's try and knock on the door then, mate, shall we?
The writ allows the agents to make peaceful entry onto the property. So they squeeze through a gap in the electric security gates.
Hello, sir, good morning.
Have you got it?
Through the gates, sir.
You can't get through those gates, I have to let you in.
You don't, sir, no. So this letter that you've produced...
Just move off it.
No, sir. No, sir. We need to deal with this issue. You presented me with a letter yesterday that isn't real. Haven't you?
No.
Well, you have, sir, because the doctors have confirmed it.
No, the doctors haven't.
They have, sir. They've confirmed that this letter is not real. In fact, the doctor on it isn't in general practice anymore.
It's not even called the surgery anymore, sir. It's called Dorridge Surgery. It's total fake, sir.
Mr. Scott has the police on the phone.
Yeah, I've got some High Court enforcement officers here, and I'm just reporting maybe a breach of peace. Well, I haven't seen a warrant, no.
I gave you the writ yesterday.
They've given me a High Court writ, but they haven't given me a warrant.
It's the same thing, sir. Different name.
Okay, thank you, bye.
The police tell Mr. Scott the agents have every right to be in his property, and they won't be attending. Now Matt and Gary need to get to the bottom of why Mr. Scott has presented them with a forged letter.
Do you in fact have terminal cancer?
Yes, I do.
So why would you fabricate a letter from the doctors?
I'm not prepared to answer that.
Well, the difficulty is, in my capacity as High Court Enforcement Agent...
Just give me 2.
As Mr. Scott goes to find evidence of his condition, the agents use the opportunity to get further inside the house.
So this is my hospital file. All of my appointment letters going back a number of years.
So why did you give us a fake letter yesterday, sir?
I'm not prepared to answer that question.
Do you expect us to believe anything you gave us now, sir, if you're giving us a forged letter?
Well, you can tell the originals if you want.
But any of these letters could have been a doctor, couldn't they? Are any of these letters going to state to me that you've got terminal cancer?
I don't know. I've not read them all.
Right.
Under pressure, Mr. Scott finally makes an admission.
I made a stupid mistake yesterday. I found an old letter.
And then changed the date?
Changed the dates. That's what I did.
Somebody presents me with a letter saying that they're dying of cancer, then I believe that. But then when it's then found to be a forgery...
It's only the date that's a forgery. The date of the letter was forgery. That letter was produced for an insurance purpose 3, maybe 4 years ago.
3, maybe 4. Have you read the letter, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah, it says you've got terminal cancer.
Yeah.
And the prognosis is 2 years.
Yeah.
So you've lived after the 2 years?
I have indeed. I changed a little bit of the context.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yes.
So not only you've changed the date, you've changed the context?
Yes, a little.
When someone lies to me, it just strengthens my resolve. You know, what people don't realise is we're very good at knowing when someone's telling us outright lies. We'll get to the truth no matter what.
Mr. Scott's lie has been exposed. But although it's a fact that the letter was a forgery, the agents can't be sure that his claims about having cancer are also untrue. If he is genuinely ill, it could affect the decision on how the debt is repaid. The agents need to investigate further.
I'm struggling to find anything that says that you've the illness that you say.
My condition is classed as terminal.
Right.
But it's being managed. I don't want to be living like this. I don't earn any money. I do some voluntary work for a charity, which is which I'm able to do at home, and that's it.
This is a discharge summary from when you were in hospital.
Yeah.
Dated, December 2014.
Yeah, Christmas Day I nearly died, and that is fact.
Well, you've been discharged from the hospital on the 22nd of
I wasn't discharged that day, 2012. I was admitted on the 2012.
So, there's the admission date there, the 21st, the discharge, the 22nd.
The difficulty I've got, Mr. Scott, is the only letter that I've seen so far that confirms that you have cancer is a fraudulent one.
Okay.
It's part of our job to look out for vulnerability, and quite rightly so. Unfortunately, there's a set of people that will hide behind that, and they'll try and use that to their advantage. That's our job as enforcement agents, to differentiate between the people that are truly vulnerable and the people who are just using it to their own accord.
With no evidence that Mr. Scott is telling the truth about his situation, Matt and Gary are duty-bound to continue enforcing the writ.
I'll tell you where I am now, okay? I'm asking you for the payment of the outstanding balance, okay? If you can't do that, then at this point in time, because I'm not presented with any proof of your medical condition, I'm going to carry on and do my job. And what you're doing is you're treating me as though I've never seen this before. Of course you can, yeah, help yourself.
As Mr. Scott has told Matt and Gary he can't pay the debt, the agents now search the family house for assets they could potentially seize. But some photographs on display ring alarm bells for Gary.
So there's pictures of yourself and your wife?
So your wife lives here as well, Mr. Scott? But yesterday you told me you were divorced from her.
No, I did not.
You said you couldn't understand why you were still wearing the wedding ring.
My wife lives there.
So you're not divorced from your wife?
No, I'm not.
Right, thank you.
You feeling right, sir?
But then suddenly, Mr. Scott appears unwell
Sir?
and seems to lose consciousness.
Matt? Can I have an ambulance, please?
Gary quickly calls 999.
He's unconscious.
Can you hear me, mate?
People's welfare and people's well-being come first over any enforcement whatsoever. So, if people are going to get sick whilst we're on the job, then we will do our damn best to get the professionals there to help them out.
Minutes later, paramedics arrive and attend Mr. Scott. He's given the all clear, but advised to go to hospital for checks. Mr. Scott's wife then arrives home.
Hello, madam. It's okay.
No thanks to you, lot.
So you haven't been here, in all fairness. As soon as he changed sort of medically, our attention turned to looking after him. And that's what we've been doing since. Okay.
With Mr. Scott about to head to hospital, Matt briefs the office on the morning's events.
Hi, Gary. We've gone through obviously normal protocol. Paramedics have arrived. We've put him in recovery position waiting for the ambulance to arrive. Kept talking to him all the way. They can't find anything medically wrong with him. He showed me letters this morning, and not one of them mentions on it that he's got cancer. All right, mate. Thanks, Gary.
The office advises that, given the extraordinary circumstances, the agent should give Mr. Scott another 48 hours to come up with payment.
We have made entry today, which means on the subsequent visit we can force entry. Just make you aware of that. Jeff, I hope you get better. Guys, thanks for your help. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, cheers, guys.
It's been a stressful case for the agents, and they leave without seeing any evidence that Mr. Scott's claims about his illness were true.
The lies were just a catalogue, weren't they? Just an absolute catalogue of lies.
And then you catch him out and he'd go tell another lie. He's just full of them, wasn't he?
And, I really hope there isn't anything wrong with him. And hopefully he's in a better frame of mind to deal with the issue next time we see him.
Matt and Gary acted fast to deal with a dramatic turn of events. But in Gary and Connor's next case,
when he drove off, the car got seized off him.
a debtor on the back foot
Have you got no sympathy?
tests the agent's patience to the limit.
Listen, none of these cars are mine.
It needs to be paid one way or another.
personal debt in the UK has increased by more than £90 billion in the last 4 years. During the second quarter of 2016, a leading advisory body in England and Wales dealt with over 4,000 new debt problems every day. Connor Jackson and Gary Brown are back on the road again, this time in Harrow, North London, to collect an unpaid debt of £4,000 owed by car dealer Akif Arkali.
How much are we after off of him then?
£4,148, 51 pence.
Mr. Arkali owes the money after a vehicle he sold to a customer was seized by police, leaving the new owner without a car and out of pocket.
It's on this road.
That one over there with a white thing on it.
If Mr. Arkali can't or won't pay, the agents have the right to seize goods to offset the debt.
The one with the Porsche on the driveway.
I hate that when they've got nice, expensive cars on a driveway.
Why? Why'd you hate that?
It makes my job too easy.
I don't like this.
Yeah. What do you reckon this is worth? Boxster, 53 plate.
Probably more than the debt.
Hello, can you come to the door, please? Someone's coming. He's got car keys in his hand.
Yeah, about right.
Hello there. Akif Arkali?
Speaking, yeah.
Enforcement agents.
I don't know if you guys know the full story. I'm a victim as much as he is. So I bought a vehicle. I sold on eBay. When he drove off, the car got seized off him.
Right.
By the police. Because it was bought with a stolen credit card.
He got bought on a dodgy credit card.
When I bought it, nothing was flagged up at that time. I ain't going to sell him a stolen car in my doorstep. You know what I mean? I ain't that person. I've got a family in it.
Mr. Arkali claims that the original owner of the car should be responsible for the debt. But despite his protests, the case has been through the courts. A High Court writ is in his name, and it must be enforced today.
Listen, I don't have the money. I'm willing to pay you the money in instalments. I offered him a Vauxhall Astra and £1,000 on top to not go this far, but he didn't accept it. I've tried.
To be honest, sir, none of this really makes a difference to us.
If you don't feel that you need to pay the money now, then we're just going to have to take one of these cars.
They're not even mine.
You're going to need to prove that then, mate.
Mr. Arkali immediately calls the man who he claims owns the cars in the driveway.
Amir, you need to come and pick up your cars. I've got the bailiffs here.
He's going to need to bring sales receipts with him.
While we're chatting,
Yeah.
my colleague's going to clamp these cars until we can see proof of ownership. Once we can see proof of ownership, then I'll unclamp and they can go.
I expect people to tell me they don't own anything, everything belongs to their partner, their mum, their dad, whoever. But once I can get the message across, whoever does own the goods must prove it, then hopefully the pressure is on to a point where they know that we're going to take it anyway, unless it's proven.
Moments later, the man Mr. Arkali claims is the owner of the cars arrives.
Do you live here?
No, I live in
And why are the cars on this driveway then?
because I had no space. I did a friend of mine to keep it.
Right, we need proof of ownership.
Okay.
I'm going to go and bring the paperwork. Yeah?
Okay.
The man hasn't brought any proof that the cars belong to him. The agents are running out of patience, and Gary puts the pressure on.
They're seized at the moment until we see proof of ownership, or this gets paid. We're looking for £4,148. It's not going to get any lower than that, but it is going to get higher if we have to remove goods.
Listen, none of these cars are mine, so stop saying as far as I'm concerned.
As far as I'm concerned at the moment, they are. He just wants his money, and you can understand that, surely.
I know. But what I'm trying to say to you is, for the past 3 months, because I had the newborn, so I've been with my wife, so I haven't been working, so I haven't got any sort of income coming.
So, it needs to be paid one way or another.
Have you got no sympathy? I've just told you.
It's not about sympathy. I've got sympathy for the client, and I'm here to do a job on behalf of the client.
It can be very frustrating when you're dealing with people going through this ritual dance of trying to evade their responsibilities. But you just have to let them go through the motions and put the pressure on that you would normally, and hopefully eventually they see that it's a waste of time.
As Mr. R. Kelly's friend has not returned with any documentation for the cars, Gary calls the office to see whether the claimant wishes to authorise their removal.
I just need someone to go to the client on this case. If you could ask him if he wants us to remove goods. There are 2 vehicles on the driveway which we don't know who they belong to at the moment.
Porsche Boxster?
Yep.
Red?
Yep.
Trade is saying 4.5.
Got another vehicle.
Nissan Juke?
Yeah.
Category D insurance. On 9.5 a trade, mate, they say.
Okay, but they're both free of finance, yeah?
No finance, mate.
Okay, cool.
The value of the cars would more than cover the £4,000 Mr. R. Kelly owes. But despite the fact that he's given him the runaround, Gary wants to give Mr. R. Kelly one more chance to pay before calling recovery.
How much can you raise today?
I can give him £1,000 to start off the payment.
So you've only got 3,148 to find them.
Tell him that he's got no money. He can only offer you £1,000 now and to pay the rest in his
I'll tell you what, if I saw that you had no money, by coming in and seeing your living standards, then that may be a different story.
I'm not going to let you into my
We're a bit of an impasse, aren't we?
Sometimes you can make an assessment on whether someone's probably good for the cash by the job they do, the way they carry themselves, the car they drive. These sorts of things will all tell me whether they can pay or not. I enjoy the game sometimes because it's that psychological aspect of it that I get satisfaction from.
The agents have been outside the house for 45 minutes when Mr. R. Kelly's friend returns with some documents.
So there's a receipt now. You can see everything on it. I think that should do it.
The documents show that Mr. R. Kelly's friend is the rightful owner of the Porsche.
Gary, basically, that Porsche is on his account and it's in his name, so I'll take the clamp off.
Yeah.
The Porsche may be out of bounds, but the £9,500 Nissan is still a potential asset. But it seems the threat of losing the car has prompted Mr. R. Kelly into action.
I just heard him on the phone there, he's trying to get the money. Something tells me that if we keep pushing, that we could possibly get the full balance paid. Sometimes it's a battle of wills, and who can hold out the longest. How did that phone call go?
I'm going to make a £3,000 payment. The remaining balance, I'm going to pay 500. That's the best I can do.
Gary calls the office to check whether Mr. R. Kelly's offer is acceptable to the claimant.
We'll go with the £3,000 and 500. Cheers, bye.
The offer of £3,000 today and the rest paid off in instalments has been accepted.
The client would rather not remove any vehicles, so he'll accept £3,000 today.
Okay.
Gary puts the Nissan under a controlled goods agreement.
Sign there, print there, please.
If Mr. R. Kelly doesn't keep up with his repayments, the agents have the right to return and seize it.
Officially, I've got control of the car. If you're able to prove...
If I sell it, then I can pay the amount as well.
Why are you going to sell it if it's not your car? How are you paying the £3,000?
I'm going to pay by card.
Yeah, put your PIN number in.
This is the biggest fine I've ever paid in my entire life.
It's been a good result for the agents.
Could have walked away with 1,000, could have walked away with 2,000, but I used my own judgment to assess this situation, assess his body language, and we're at £3,000 now. The client will be happy with this, as are we. Take care, mate.
Bit of a bummer for him, really, isn't it?
If what you're saying is true, then it's unfortunate.
Really unfortunate. But, really bad luck.
Yeah. But we are not one to judge.
We got there in the end. £3,000's not bad. I reckon it'll pay the balance. He's never want us coming back again, embarrassing him in front of all his neighbours and friends.
A recent survey has found that while rent arrears are a growing problem for landlords, behaviour by tenants is one of the major causes of dispute. Last year, almost a third of private landlords had their property damaged by their tenants, while more than 1 in 10 had experienced antisocial behaviour. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway are in Birmingham to carry out an eviction.
Where are we off next then, mate?
And we've got a straightforward writ of possession.
The tenants, Mr. Pervez Akhtar and his girlfriend, haven't paid rent for nearly 2 years, and the landlord is thousands of pounds out of pocket.
Don't know what the story is, to be honest. We shall find out.
But the agents aren't here to collect the arrears. Their job is to get the tenants out today. The landlord, Sajid, has a shop next door to the flats he rents out.
Morning, sir. How are you? You all right? What's the reason for the eviction, sir?
Never paid rent. Violence.
But as the landlord tries to open the front door, it becomes clear that this eviction isn't going to be straightforward.
I think you've got something on the door. His wife just went out not long ago.
Yeah. Something down there, isn't there? Jammed it, isn't it? Yeah.
It seems that the door to the flat has been barred shut from the inside.
Hello? Open the door, sir. High Court enforcement, sir. Open the door, please. Sir, you're only going to make things worse because we'll cut the door off its hinges and then you'll get no time at all to leave the property. So behave yourself, open the door and we can talk about it.
5 minutes or something, get my stuff.
You need to open the door now, sir.
Listen, you fucking dickhead, you're going to be banging there all day. 5 minutes or something. Don't fucking like that, wrap the fucking bar with your head.
You're going to do what, sorry?
Fucking heard.
You're going to wrap the bar around my head, are you?
With Mr. Akhtar clearly unwilling to cooperate, Matt starts to force entry.
Now I can see.
Is it?
It's like a weightlifting bar.
The door is so tightly wedged, Matt is forced off his feet trying to prise it open. But then, the tenant's girlfriend arrives home.
We need to get this door open, sweet. We could have given all the time in the world. If he'd have come and opened the door, he's just shouting abuse through it instead.
As Mr. Akhtar opens the door for his girlfriend, Matt and Gary seize their opportunity to gain entry.
Right. So you know why we're here, don't you?
Yeah, I know what you're here for.
Time to go then, yeah?
Yeah, we're going.
Are you going to be long, sir? How long are you going to be?
How long is my dick?
All right.
So I'm just being polite. You don't have to be like that. So what you'll need is your identification, any medication you're on, things like that.
We only got this room here. Look how, look. We'll be packing up, Jamie.
All right.
It appears that the tenants have already packed most of their belongings. While the agents wait for them to finish in the bedroom, they take a look around the flat. And they're in for a shock.
Just absolutely destroyed the place. It's caused a hell of a lot of damage.
But then, Matt makes a sinister discovery. A 5-inch kitchen knife impaled in the wall.
It's not right, is it? It's not stable. Seen all the knife in the door? So he's been chopping it, look. Been just chopping it, look.
Then Gary spots another potential weapon.
It's the back of it.
The agents have found themselves in an unstable situation. Alone in the flat with a potentially dangerous tenant. It will take all their tenacity to complete this job without getting seriously hurt. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Birmingham to carry out an eviction.
Listen, you fucking dickhead, you wrap the fucking bar with your head.
Faced with a hostile reaction from tenant Mr. Akhtar, the agents tried to force entry. But once inside, they were in for a shock.
Seen all the knife in the door? So he's been chopping it, look. It's not right, is it? It's not stable.
Now the agents have to act quickly and make sure there are no other potentially dangerous items in the property.
Finding them everywhere. It's only small, but it could do a bit of damage, couldn't it?
With Mr. Akhtar still in the bedroom, Matt quickly takes all the blades and knives they found out of the flat.
Just keep an eye on him, mate. Yeah. Try to let that door close.
With the blades and knives safely stashed away, the agents need to get the eviction back on track. Now, in the knowledge that Mr. Akhtar is an extremely volatile person, they must tread carefully. But he's still clearly angry with his landlord.
If I see him outside there, I'm gonna hit him.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Tell him to stay away, alright?
Any of them, if I see him, I'm gonna rip their fucking heads off. Because it's only a matter of time I'm gonna get a hold of him and rip his fucking face off.
Just be nice and gentle, get it sorted, yeah? If you want help with anything, I'll help you. As long as you stay calm.
I'm alright, thanks.
Alright.
With Mr. Akhtar almost ready to leave, Gary finds yet more items that could be used violently. A police baton and another meat cleaver.
Oi, let's put that away, eh? Chopper.
Fucking chop bones.
No, that's not it.
Gary immediately takes the knife and the baton away from Mr. Akhtar.
I'll keep hold of that for you, alright?
No, I'm not touching it. I swear to God.
I'll give it you back. I'm going to keep hold of it for now, right?
Follow you and see where he goes with you.
Yeah, I'm not going to nick it, sir. You're just not having it. It's not the nicest of things you want. That's 3 we found. We don't want anyone to get silly with that, so just take it off him.
The knives and the baton may be out of reach, but the agents still have to get Mr. Akhtar out of the flat peacefully. Gary tries to get him on side by making conversation.
How much protein do you drink, mate?
Fucking loads, man.
Yeah.
Loads of it.
To work out in itself, isn't it, doing all this? You won't need to do the weights tonight, will you?
The agents have now been in the flat for nearly 2 hours, and Mr. Akhtar's time to pack is up. But before he leaves, he makes a shocking admission.
Good job that you did come today.
Why?
Because I was peeling at the flat, bit by bit every day. Like a fucking gerbil. Look, has been gnawing all that.
Yeah, I can see the worktops.
And nibbling at everything at the door.
Was that big chopper that done all that?
My teeth have
Is
been
this-
nibbling at it. Good for the landlords.
But as Mr. Akhtar and his girlfriend leave, there's one last surprise for the agents.
Get this fucker.
Pickaxe. Hammer. Come on, there you go.
No hard feelings, alright. Wasn't against you anyway.
See you later.
With the tenants finally gone, landlord Sajid can now safely inspect his flat.
So the main damage is in here, so he's been attacking the doors with a machete, I think. The cooker's had it.
Looks like he's hammered every single knob. It's just been hammered.
The true extent of the damage Mr. Akhtar has inflicted on the property is becoming clearer.
You can see how nice the flat was originally.
Everything is damaged is obviously intentionally notices. I think that's been hit extremely hard by something. He's going to have one hell of a bill.
When he came, he said he was homeless, his family disowned him. I've never rented a property before, and I kind of gave it to him, felt sorry for him when he was, like, you know, got nowhere to live. For 2 years he's been here, not paying no rent. So, thank God he's gone.
You're very much.
You're very welcome. No problem.
Hope your next one's a lot better.
It was a brand new flat apparently that nobody ever lived in. He's damaged things that he knows will cost the landlord money to put right. So it's a vendetta between the two, but we've got him away and the eviction's complete.
Next time,
Lump hammer in the back and the rear passenger footwell.
Matt and Gary get a hostile response.
You ain't taking that, buff. Kids,
this is my way.
Stuart and Vic meet an employee in denial.
Gentleman behind the counter trying to pull wool over our eyes.
Before tackling one of the most remarkable cases of their careers.
There could be guns up there. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
A single mum looks to turn her life around in the final episode of the Great British Benefits Handout next on Channel 5. And new tomorrow at 9, find out what happened from the people who knew him best, with unseen footage in the last days of George Michael.
Find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents
Back away from me.
Go take the kids to
Back
school. This is my
away.
time.
under pressure,
There could be guns up there.
tackling some of the most hard-hitting cases of their careers.
Can I have the police, please?
But whoever they meet, if you can't pay,
You tell me what I should do.
they'll take it away. Personal debt in the UK exceeded £1.5 trillion in 2016. A £53 billion increase since the previous year. This dramatic rise resulted in over 300,000 people seeking advice from a debt charity in the first half of the year alone. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are High Court enforcement agents. They travel all over the West Midlands, recovering debts and seizing goods.
Right, let's go and live the dream, mate, shall we? Let's go and make someone's day.
It's 7 a.m. and they're in Birmingham to collect nearly £2,000 owed in unpaid parking fines.
So, mate, it's still dark and we're in Northfield. It's life, Jim, but not as we know it. Let's mix it up, mate.
Yeah, go on.
You ask me where we're going.
Do you know where we're going?
I do, mate, yeah.
You tell
I
me.
know where we're going.
Go on.
We're going to see a Mr. Stephen Watson.
You okay? You got that bit right?
In Northfield.
You got that bit right?
And he owes a few pence under £2,000.
Yeah, it's £1,967.99.
There you go.
If Mr. Watton can't or won't pay, the agents can seize goods and vehicles belonging to him to offset the debt.
With the Fiesta in the drive.
Morning, madam. I was after a Stephen Watton.
Not here.
Not here. Oh, doesn't he?
No.
Who are you to him, madam? So who is he to you, madam? Morning, sir, you alright?
Not here. You're gonna have to leave.
Yeah, who is he, though, sir?
Huh?
Who is he?
What do you mean?
To
who
you?
is he?
Who is he to you?
It's nobody to us.
Did
You don't live here.
Are you saying that you're new tenants? Is that what you're saying to us?
Yes.
You don't live here.
So he's not here at the moment? Or he's a previous tenant?
You don't,
Alright.
you don't live here.
Well, High Court enforcement agents are here with a High Court writ today. And Mr. Watton be contacted?
No, because like I said, we don't know who he is.
If you work with us, then we can work with you.
You used to live here.
Either
We
with
used to do that. They were getting somewhere. When we first turn up on a job, all we got to go on is a name, an address, and the amount we're there to collect. So we do have to think on our feet when we get there. You know, asking lots of questions. We have to dig down and, you know, try and find the person we're looking for. But I think me and Matt, you know, work well together. We're a good team, and 9 out of 10 times you do get the outcome that we both want.
After claiming not to know the debtor, the man now says that Mr. Watton was a previous tenant. But the agents need proof that he no longer lives there.
Have you got a council tax bill or a tenancy agreement we can have a look at to prove he doesn't live here?
Oh, you didn't bang at the door earlier hours in the morning, yeah?
Didn't bang on it, sir. We just knocked on it.
Might want to speak to us now. I'm going to get my mate out the car then.
Okay. Mate, it's called Mr. London Triangle, and he's going to put it on the car now.
There's a possibility that one of the men may in fact be the debtor, Stephen Wattham, and the cars outside could be his. The agents act fast to secure them.
Just watch the door, mate.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, we're going to get situations where people deny that the defendant lives at the property. We can only converse up to a level. If conversation stops, then we try the action technique. The second the clamp comes out the back of the van, and suddenly, the whole house lights up.
Matt's actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Oi, get hands off me, bud. You ain't taking that, bud. I've got paperwork to prove that's not his, bud.
Go and get the paperwork. Move back.
Yo, get off me.
Move back.
Yo, you need to watch yourself, You need to watch yourself.
So if you're going to get silly, we're going to get the police in and get you arrested, alright?
Please, check the reg on that car.
Guys, if you wanted to work with us, you could have worked with us.
I'll cut that off. I'll cut it off, bud. I ain't bothered. You need to get off the profit.
Excuse me.
Listen, High Court Rich.
I'm listening to you.
High Court Rich.
We don't know where they live.
Okay.
I don't know where they are.
We have asked you for a tenancy agreement or a council tax bill.
Tenancy agreement.
People get aggressive and insult us as their way of dealing with the situation. They might think if they do threaten us enough, then we'll leave. We're not going to leave. We're there to do a job. Whether you threaten us, whether you threaten our family, we're still going to be there, and we're still going to do the job.
The men are not telling the agents who they are, but Matt still suspects one of them could be the debtor. So he increases the pressure and clamps the second car in the driveway.
Back away from me.
Back away from me.
Go take the kids to school. This is my
away
car.
from me. Back away from me. Move away from me.
Move now.
Move away from me. Move away from me. Move.
Suck your mum, straight up, suck your mum. No. Suck your mums.
Right, I'm going to get the police here, mate.
The police here, mate. Move away.
Suck your mums.
Move away from me. Move away. Move away from me.
With tensions escalating, Gary and Matt will have to act quickly to prevent the situation turning violent. Matt Highway and Gary Ball were in Birmingham to recover a debt of nearly £2,000 owed by Stephen Wattham in unpaid parking fines. A woman and 2 men came to the door. They claimed that Stephen Wattham didn't live at the address and obstructed the agents.
You're going to have to leave.
Matt suspected one of the men was the debtor and clamped both cars in the driveway.
Move away.
Tempers escalated.
Suck your mum, straight up, suck your mum. No.
Now, with the situation getting even more confrontational, Gary calls the police.
Hello there, can I have the police, please?
Whatever you are, take it off them, bro.
Whatever.
Hello?
I'm really interested in this.
Yeah, we have 2 High Court enforcement agents, 2 gentlemen getting a bit violent and a bit shouty with us. We're executing a High Court writ.
We'll send an officer when we've got one available.
Thanks very much. Cheers, brother.
Okay, thanks.
The police are on their way, but the men aren't calming down.
It's my car, it's not fucking yours. It's not nobody else's. This house is not rented by him either. Check the council, he's not rented. He's not down, he's living here. I've got to go take the kids to school, you're going to fucking clamp my car.
Where's the kids?
Down at my baby mum's, that's where they are.
That's okay.
You're gonna try and fucking
This is not going anywhere. You can drive off without me if you like. You'll make a bright mess of your car, though. People obstructing us, it only makes life more difficult for them, really. I think what they need to remember on that, it is a criminal offence to obstruct me in my duty. People will try that as a deflection, but the end result's still the same.
The agents have been at the property nearly half an hour. Finally, the woman hands Gary her tenancy agreement.
That's what we asked for in the first place, isn't it? That's all we wanted.
I was here 6 years, I exchanged with them, and then I changed back.
You moved back in here how long ago?
Like 4 or 5 months ago.
The woman claims Stephen Wattham moved out several months ago when she exchanged properties with him, and he's not listed on the tenancy agreement. But as addresses are double-checked before a writ is issued, the agents can't be totally sure that the claims of the house exchange are true. Matt and Gary decide to wait for the police to arrive before taking any further action.
Okay.
You're done doing your job now, aren't you?
No, we're not. I'll wait for the police to arrive, okay.
Well, you got your letters, see you later.
We've still got the issue of you obstructing with my duty, haven't we, which is criminal offence, so we'll have a chat with the police about that.
I've got shit to do. I've got stuff to do. I've got to go take the kids to school.
Well, it's delayed at the moment, unfortunately.
What do you mean delayed at the moment?
Yeah.
That can be taken off me up
It shouldn't,
As soon as the police get here,
it shouldn't be too long.
I swear to God.
It's just a crazy way of going about things, isn't it?
I know. He's off on his morning run now.
But then, one of the young men disappears down the street. While they wait for the police, Matt looks for any clues as to the ownership of the cars. But he's in for a surprise.
On the rear passenger footwell, wrapped up in a towel. It's the sort of things we have to be aware of when we're doing our job. No other tools, like no screwdriver or spanners or socket set or anything, just a lump hammer.
Minutes later, the young man returns, followed by another man.
What are you doing here? Who are you looking for?
Hello, sir. Who are you, sorry?
You're looking for Stephen Watton?
Yes, sir.
That's me. Why are you here?
Oh, great stuff. Okay, smashing.
The agents finally have the man they were looking for.
So you're Mr. Stephen Watton?
I am, yes.
So there's a High Court writ outstanding for you?
That's right. Well, I'm not paying it, that's the whole point.
Mr. Watton immediately denies responsibility for the unpaid parking tickets.
I had a Jaguar a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold the Jag. A year afterwards, I got the first ticket for it. And a few days later, another one come through. Another one come through. I think I ended up with a pile of them, about fucking 50 or 60 of the fucking things.
But they're still found in favour of the claimants?
I don't know.
Well, obviously that's why we're here.
So where do you live now then, Stephen?
Yeah, I live up the road.
Yeah, what's the address?
I don't need to give you that door.
You don't?
Do you know what a ghost is?
A ghost?
Oh, you're a ghost?
I don't need to.
With Mr. Watton refusing to give his new address, the agents can't be sure that he's telling the truth about no longer living here. But then, Matt gets handed proof that the dark grey MG isn't Mr. Watton's.
Cheers, sir. Thank you.
Right, just get a copy of that, mate. Just take the clamp off it. Right, mate, I'll take it off. You can get gone. The gent now, after some level of discussion, has managed to show me documentation to show that the car doesn't belong to the defendant. So I'll release that now for him and he can get on his way.
20 minutes later, the police arrive.
Here they are, mate.
The agents hope that the police presence will force Mr. Watton to reveal where he now lives.
Morning, officer.
How you doing?
We initially called this morning. The door was shut in our faces. Unfortunately, we had no other option but to seize the assets that were on site. Two younger men tried to obstruct me in my duty. Managed to get both vehicles clamped. Now, this guy here in the hoodie is our defendant.
Okay.
I've explained the High Court writ to him. He's point blank said, I refuse to pay it. I'm not telling you where I live.
But as Mr. Watton hasn't committed breach of the peace, the police can't force him to divulge his details to them either.
So that's Stephen. What's his surname?
Watton.
You won't tell me. Watton.
With Mr. Watton's true address remaining a mystery, the agents are running out of options. Until proof of the ownership of the other car is established, it remains their only potential asset.
So at the moment, you've clamped that while you do some inquiries?
Yeah, we've asked them for the V5 and the insurance for it. They can't provide it at the minute, so obviously it stays clamped. Because you never know, it just might be Stephen.
The police make some checks and trace the owner of the clamped Fiesta.
The vehicle does not belong to
Watton. Not decent.
Yeah.
With the second vehicle not belonging to Mr. Watton either, the agent's only option is to instruct the office to trace his new address.
We'll find you in the end, Stephen.
You won't find me?
Of course we will. Debt will always catch up on you. If we go to a certain property and you're not there, then we will put a trace into the office and they'll find a new address for you, and we will be knocking on the door.
Today, there's nothing more Matt and Gary can do to enforce the writ. They have no choice but to walk away empty-handed. But Matt has one last word for Mr. Wattham.
All I can say to you, buddies, we'll see you somewhere else, because it's a live High Court writ, all right?
Well, I'll be dealing with that live High Court.
And we'll see you then. Okay. Okay, we're all sorted off, so yeah, thank you, yeah.
Okay, Stephen.
There's not a result there for the clients as such at the moment, but it's part of the enforcement process. You know, we have to attend the address that the writ names, and that's what we've done. So we've discounted that address. We can now get on with the next part of the process, and that's finding where Stephen does actually live.
Latest research reveals pubs and bars are increasingly struggling to stay afloat. 1 in 5 experience significant financial distress, with 27 pubs closing every week. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor are in Clitheroe, Lancashire, with a writ to recover an unusually large debt of £80,000 owed by Mr. Thomas Woods to a former girlfriend.
£80,000, mate.
Is it 80 now, is it?
£80,189.15.
Stuart has visited Mr. Woods, a hotel owner, on 2 separate occasions, but he hasn't been at home.
Right, oh, there's people outside. It's a good sign. He's in there. He's in there. Brilliant.
Today, it looks like it's third time lucky. But this case will be like no other Stuart and Vic have ever faced.
Let's go. Oh. Hi, mate, you alright? We're after Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods, good morning. My name is Mr. McCracken. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. Here with regards to an outstanding balance on a High Court writ of £80,000.
The plan was to pay her and sell the business.
You need to see what you can do to raise some funds, sir.
What's the date about?
She was my partner.
Right.
And she fell out a few years ago. Things happened.
Was she in the business with you?
She wasn't in business, no. I was in hospital and she put some money when I was in hospital.
Well, the problem that we've got is we're here to remove goods, so unless the balance is paid.
Yeah, okay, give me a few minutes.
Yeah, see what you can do, sir.
Stuart and Vic give Mr. Woods time to raise some funds and start an inventory of assets they could potentially seize.
It's nice, that, isn't it? Beautiful bike.
As well as the vehicles in the garage, the agents find thousands of pounds worth of assets inside the hotel, including fixtures and fittings from the dining areas, a professional kitchen, and 6 bedrooms upstairs. If Mr. Woods doesn't pay today, the removal job will be one of the biggest Stuart and Vic have ever tackled. Down in the bar, the debtor has managed to raise some funds from a friend.
About 5,000 for now.
It's not going to be enough, mate.
No.
It's not.
How much can you raise? If you can raise
Probably, I know I can't, because I have probably £1,000 if I'm lucky.
That's 6. It's not going to be enough, mate. It's not. We're going to have to remove, I'm afraid. With the business, the reality is if we do remove goods, it's going to affect the staff, it's going to affect the business isn't going to be able to trade anymore, which means there isn't going to be an income for the defendant. But it is something that we will have to do if payment isn't made.
After making another call to his friends, Mr. Woods makes the agents another offer.
They can all get them, but it's going to be a few weeks doing it.
How long? How long will it take?
So it takes a month to get out, but the savings accounts are in.
Okay, so they say they can get it in a month. Will that mean clearing the balance? The whole balance of 80,000 in a month?
I like to think so.
Let me see what I can do.
6,000 today, balance cleared in 30 days.
30 days, put it on a controlled goods agreement.
Stuart calls the office to see if the claimant will accept the offer of a £6,000 down payment and the balance cleared within a month.
Hiya, John, you alright?
But the threat of losing the business he's devoted 23 years of his life to is clearly affecting Mr. Woods.
Stress. She's just winding me up now by doing this, you know. She doesn't even need the money. She's just being controlling.
Minutes later, Stuart comes back with some news.
What they've said is, okay, you can make the 6,000 today, but we need a payment by Friday of another 4, which will make it 10. Okay, and then it'll be 10,000 for the next 3 weeks, and then the remaining balance by the 4th week. Okay, so it gives you a bit of breathing space. I know 10,000's a lot, but it gives you a bit of breathing space. All right.
Mr. Woods makes the £6,000 down payment and agrees to pay the rest in instalments.
Okay, sir. I'll try and take it easy, Thompson, and we'll get this sorted. All right. If you can do, listen, just ring us and let us know. All right. I think you'll be happy enough with the arrangement anyway. At least we're not closing the business today, which is what we can do. He seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
The case seems to be resolved for now. But 2 weeks later, Stuart and Vic are forced to return.
Mr. Woods?
There could be guns up there.
And face a situation they have never encountered before.
We need immediate police assistance, please.
I will sign it, no problem.
Please.
I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
High Court enforcement agents Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Clitheroe, Lancashire, to serve a writ on hotel owner Mr. Thomas Woods, who owed £80,000 to his ex-girlfriend.
We fell out a few years ago. Things happened.
Mr. Woods made a £6,000 down payment.
I'll do my best with that.
And agreed to pay the rest on a payment plan.
At least we're not closing the business today. Seems a nice rounded bloke anyway, doesn't he? So let's just see he keeps up that repayment.
But now, 2 weeks has passed.
Just hasn't bothered, has he, since our last visit?
Basically, communication has just broken down from his side.
The deadline for the first instalment Mr. Woods agreed to has come and gone. So Stuart and Vic have no choice but to return and clear the hotel of its assets.
But you've made a magic call to the removal company.
Well, it is unfortunately D-Day.
A removal van has already arrived at the premises, and a freight lorry is on its way, in case Mr. Woods can't pay.
Alright guys, you alright?
But first, Stuart and Vic need to speak to Mr. Woods to see if he can make any payment to stop the recovery action.
Hello?
No one appears to be in. But because Mr. Woods has defaulted on his payments and signed a controlled goods agreement, the agents are now entitled to force entry and have a locksmith on hand.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Woods? The heating's on. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
I don't think he's here, mate.
Shall we go upstairs, mate?
Mr. Woods? Hello? Oh.
What?
Oh, that's a bloody deer. I don't think he's in, mate.
Hello? Mr. Woods?
Right, so done a sweep, there's no one in.
The dog is still here. Not a good day, is it?
Beck.
Hello.
Car's here. Do you find it weird his cars and bikes are still here? And
With his car in the garage, the agents are now suspicious that Mr. Woods is still somewhere on the premises. They go back into the hotel to investigate further. And this time, they find a locked door.
Mr. Woods? We're going to open the door with the locksmith, sir. You want to open the door and come out?
it's got a locksmith on it. Aye, mate. Let's get it cracked open. Yeah, let's just get it cracked open. You what, sorry?
Minutes later, the locksmith returns with some alarming news.
Right.
As I opened it, as I was coming down the stairs, I heard something. It sounded like a key turning.
Are you sure?
Let's go find out.
No, I'm not sure.
Yeah, let's go find out. Shall I go first? Hello, Mr. Woods. You want to discuss the matter? Look. Yeah. I think we need some assistance here, Stuart.
The agents are suspicious that Mr. Woods is behind the door, but they're unsure of his frame of mind. Stuart and Vic are now in an unpredictable situation.
We need to fear the worst. He could be a hunter. There could be guns up there. Dear God, I wouldn't want anyone to walk in and then be on the other side of a shotgun. Hello, we need immediate police assistance, please. I'm at the Copynook Hotel in Clitheroe. There's a gentleman that's locked upstairs in a bedroom and not making any noise whatsoever, but keeps locking the door as we try to open it. We've just got a fear that with the taxidermy stuff here, could have guns up there. It's better to be safe than sorry. Something eerie going on, isn't there, Vic? If it's all fine with you, I'm going to go and stand behind this shed. I'm not being in view of that window, not a chance.
If someone is at the end of their line, you don't know what's going through their mind. What I do know is from looking around me, this guy's a world-class hunter. There's taxidermy everywhere. Yes, am I nervous? Am I fearing my own life? Definitely.
Half an hour later, an armed response unit arrives on the scene.
Please.
And the locked door is forced open.
At this stage, the police has asked us to stay down while they go upstairs and try and negotiate with Mr. Woods to come out of, if it is him in the room or whoever's in the room. No one?
The police find Mr. Woods hiding in his private living quarters.
Does he look sound of mind?
Yeah, it's just
give it on.
Yeah.
I need to ask him a question.
Before the agents start to remove assets, Vic wants to give Mr. Woods one last chance to settle his debt.
Mr. Woods, can you make a payment today, sir? Okay, it's fine. I'll leave you, sir. No one wants to see a grown man sitting in a corner of a room. You can see it's his darkest hour. You know, it's not a great feeling. But the reality is, he had so many opportunities before it got to D-Day. Various phone calls, various visits. We can only do so much.
Now Stuart and Vic must start the enormous task of seizing goods to cover Mr. Woods' £80,000 debt.
Rapid then.
Yeah, it is rapid.
But as they step into Mr. Woods' private living room, they make an astonishing discovery.
Wow. Oh, my God. Wow.
A collection of rare exotic taxidermy decorates the walls, which could fetch thousands of pounds at auction. The agents call in the auctioneer, who's here to value the assets of the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't expect that, did you? No. This is the sort of thing we don't see.
No. Well, it's not stuff we see either.
But hearing the agents talking about his precious collection finally brings Mr. Woods out of his bedroom.
Well then, Tommy, alright. Have you got any plans on going anywhere after here? Are you staying here or?
I don't know, I wonder, honestly. My life's upside down because of somebody.
Yeah.
Honestly.
No, yeah.
You tell me what I should do. What should I do?
No. I don't know.
My life's gone.
Yeah. Take it you've been all over the world then?
And she came with me.
Really?
What are you taking now? You got the stuff from downstairs. What else are you taking?
Kitchen, bar, table, chairs, glasses, everything, basically.
Down there. Yeah. So what are you doing up here?
All these will be going. Obviously, all the other taxidermists, it's in the office and downstairs and things like that. That's pretty much it, to be honest, Brendan.
Take me dog. I'll go take dog if you want.
Did you try and, I mean, I know it's too late now, but, you know, it's just, I knew you were going to ask your mother and friends, etc., to try and help you.
I can get so much, but it's not going to be enough, is it?
The auctioneer and the recovery team start the delicate task of removing Mr. Wood's taxidermy collection.
Hello there, are you okay?
Minutes later, two of Mr. Woods' friends arrive.
Yeah, no problem at all. He's upstairs in the middle bedroom if you'd like to go and see him.
With the downstairs rooms completely cleared and the valuable taxidermy seized, the removal is almost complete. But before the agents go, Mr. Wood's friend wants to speak with Vic.
Hi. Don't want him to be here on his own tonight.
Yeah.
I think he's in a very bad state.
Yeah.
I think he's living in a world that he doesn't know, and he can't believe it's happening.
Of course, it's not a nice thing.
No, it's not a nice thing.
Mr. Wood's friends decide to stay. Satisfied that Mr. Woods is being looked after, the police leave the premises. After 11 hours, the job is complete, and Mr. Woods has lost almost everything.
I personally believe he gave up a long time ago. He obviously realized that there was no way for him to pay this debt. He was waiting for this day. He knew it was going to happen. I've learned in this job you can't take the cases personal. But obviously we're all human beings. I will definitely remember this case for a very long time. That's it.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Over 40,000 county court judgments were issued against businesses in the first half of 2016, totalling nearly £150 million. The average value now exceeds £3,500, and it's small businesses who've been hardest hit. After an emotionally draining case, Stuart and Vic are back on the road again. This time in Manchester.
Well, Vic, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy.
They're on their way to a garage to collect £2,000 owed to an unhappy customer dissatisfied with a faulty car.
Not a bad day to go visit a Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors? So how much does this guy owe then?
£2,025.
The agents have arrived at the address on the writ.
That is it, mate.
But the company seems to have changed its name to Fast Fix Auto Service Centre.
Completely different name. We will go in.
But looks can be deceiving. Hopefully it's got a load of cars sat there with Top Gear Motors written all over it.
But then Stuart spots a sign outside.
There you go, mate. Top Gear Motors Auto Service Centre.
Top Gear Motors, yeah. You are 100% right, my friend. Let's do this.
With evidence the debtor company could still be trading at this address, the agents need to locate the director of the business, Mr. Saeed Waheed.
Hi guys, you alright? We're after Top Gear Motors. We're High Court enforcement agents. We're after Mr. Waheed, Saeed Waheed.
That is not Top Gear anymore.
Right, your signage says different.
Well, I don't know anything about it. I'm just a receptionist. This is a new company.
Yeah.
Yeah. This Top Gear is not here anymore.
But we can see signage that proves otherwise. Have you got council tax bill, business rates? Just to prove obviously this place is obviously trading under that name.
We need to change name.
About a month ago, maybe.
Well, the process that we've got, guys, is that if you don't show us any proof, the goods will be removed.
Unless payments made.
While Stuart gives the man some time to look for proof that the company has changed hands, he hunts for more evidence that the business is still trading as Top Gear Motors.
Hiya, mate, you alright?
Finding an open office, Stuart starts to investigate.
Top Gear, when was that done?
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
And who's the defendant? Mr. S. Waheed. Issuer's name, Mr. Waheed.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
He's the MLT guy. I'll do it. Right. Let's go and explain this to our friend.
Me and Stuart as a team, we love playing detective because they'll tell you one story and after a 20-minute walk around you'll come back with a file that thick with all the evidence we need. And I love that part of the job. It makes me get out of bed.
The recent MOT certificate issued by Mr. Waheed on behalf of Top Gear Motors suggests that they are still trading from the address. The agents turn up the pressure.
You want to come inside and explain this paperwork? Right, you said that Mr. Waheed isn't here anymore?
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. MLT certificate. Mr. S. Waheed, Top Gear Motors. Mr. S. Waheed, Top Gear Motors.
13 days
so
ago.
He's either not here or you're committing fraud by using an MLT certificate.
We're not frauding it. He's not here at the moment.
Right, he's not here at the moment?
No, he just...
You said he left. You said he left.
He left, but sometime he comes to do the MOTs here.
Right, with all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Despite the evidence, the man is still denying the garage is responsible for the debt. It will take all of Stuart and Vic's tenacity to get the £2,000 they came for. Stuart McCracken and Elmore Victor were in Manchester, collecting a £2,000 debt owed by a garage.
After Top Gear Motors.
Well, I don't know anything about it. This is a new company.
Staff claimed Top Gear Motors were no longer trading on the premises, but Stuart found evidence to the contrary.
Top Gear Motors.
It was done 13 days ago.
But the man they met continued to insist the garage was being run by a new company.
No, he's not here.
No, right, okay. With all due respect, sir, you must think I was born yesterday.
Now, Stuart must make the man understand that he has enough evidence to collect the £2,000 debt here, today.
Okay. There's MLT certificates there that says that he's still here. He's obviously the MLT conductor for this site. So if we do remove goods from here today, they'll be removed under Top Gear Motors.
The agents have enough proof to show that Top Gear Motors are still trading here. Now, the man reveals that he knows about the debt. but he says he has nothing to do with the car, which led to the dispute.
Guys sent the letter to us, and I replied them, we never sold you the car, we have nothing to do with you, we never sold the car, we never got a single penny out of you.
Despite the man's claims that the garage had nothing to do with the debt, the agents are duty-bound to enforce the writ here today.
We got a writ to execute it today, right? So either we're going to get that balance paid in full, or we're going to seize goods for 7 days. You can then go to court to prove that it doesn't belong to Top Gear Motors, but Top Gear Motors' name is on here.
And where is their company at the moment?
Here.
No, it's not here.
Let's stop going around the bush now. What's the address there? Okay, is it here?
Yeah.
What's the name on top of it?
Top Gear Motors.
Top Gear Motors?
Yes.
What does it say on your writ?
Yeah.
What does it say?
Yeah.
Top Gear Motors.
Yeah. Cool down.
No, but I mean, we're going round in circles here,
Don't
mate.
raise your voice. Cool down.
So at the moment,
Going over and over the same thing.
At the moment,
Please,
sir.
if you come outside here, we'll sort it out. Come outside.
Yeah, no, it's fine, so I'll stay here until you get it sorted out,
Please
sir,
come
because I've got
outside,
an inventory
yeah.
to do.
Please come
I'll be
outside.
staying here. Until you get this payment sorted, I'll be staying here, and I'll also be doing an inventory of goods.
The agents have been at the garage for half an hour. Then, suddenly, the man makes an extraordinary accusation.
I lost my £2,000 here. It was my £2,000 here.
Yeah.
Where's my £2,000 gone?
I don't know.
It was here.
No, it wasn't.
In the
sir.
till.
Really?
Yeah, well,
Yes,
check
yes.
the till.
Yeah. Why you took the look is empty now? It was £2,000.
Sadly, don't stop messing about and call me a liar, alright? So, I'm not going anywhere, alright? The fact of the matter is, I've got an inventory to do if you can't pay it. If you pay it, I'll go. Simple as that. We do see a cycle of tactics that defendants use to try and get out of paying the debt or even telling the truth. They'll go through the lies first, then it'll be the friendly approach, and then it'll be the emotional approach, and then it'll be the anger approach. We see it every day, and it's a common tactic that they use.
With no signs of payment, Stuart turns up the pressure again.
In 5 minutes, if payment isn't made, it goes up to how much, Vic?
£2,665.
We will be seizing goods. I'll be disconnecting the computer.
Also, what I'm saying is, if whatever money's paid today is held for 14 days.
We can go back, claim the money back here.
Yeah.
Go back to the court.
Yeah.
Please, I'll give you the money. I'm going to arrange
Yeah.
the money.
Okay, yeah. No, it's fine. There you go, mate.
With the threat of his business assets being seized, the man now backs down and agrees to pay.
Defendants will throw all sorts of smoke screens at us to try and get away with paying a debt that's rightfully owed. But once they've realised they've used all their excuses, they then think, right, well, I need to get this sorted as quickly as possible, because the last thing they want is the business being affected.
You are not the first bailiff here. I've done so many bailiffs here, but nothing like you.
I call enforcement, not a bailiff.
Arranging the money, okay? Don't have it with me now.
It's
yeah?
a cash.
Cash, yeah.
Have you not got a business card to pay on?
No money in the card.
Okay.
After claiming that Saeed Waheed, the director of Top Gear Motors, no longer had anything to do with the business, the man finally gets him on the phone.
Saqib is on the phone, yes. I said, take the £1,000 over the phone and I'm trying to bring the £1,000 cash, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Mr. Waheed agrees to pay half the debt on his debit card, and the man and his colleagues make up the balance in cash.
Is it 600? Yes, I'm going to bring 400.
Okay, do let me count the 600 so long.
Yeah.
Here's the 1,000. 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 53 pence. So we need 1,000 on the machine, yeah?
It's Saqib here.
Okay. Hello? Is it a debit card, sir? What's the last 4 numbers? Right, so I'll pass you back over to the gentleman, alright?
There you go, sir. So I'll leave you to go on the rest of your day, sir. Have a good day.
With payment in full, the case is finally closed.
Whoa. Another job well done, that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You don't want to get your hair wet, do you?
No, I don't want to get a cold, on top of a cold.
Gentleman behind the counter trying to pull wool over our eyes, saying that company's gone, but the signage outside was first alarm bells, wasn't it?
Yeah. The thing is, we love business like that because they're actually things you can take, and they know it.
I'll smash his head.
Anger.
Get out of here!
Desperation.
I can't pay it.
What happens when debt
You think you can tear my family apart?
tracks you down?
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the Met.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
Whoa!
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone.
Because if you can't pay,
All I did was look after Dad.
they'll take it away. Research has shown that more than 80% of small and medium-sized businesses are owed, on average, over £60,000 in unpaid invoices. 1 in 5 businesses say they are losing profits as a direct result of late payments. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball travel hundreds of miles each week across the West Midlands, collecting debts and seizing goods.
What number is it, mate? 141.
Today they're in Birmingham to recover a debt of more than £12,000 owed by shopkeeper Noman Chauhan to one of his suppliers. If Mr. Chauhan can't or won't pay, Gary and Matt have the power to seize stock from his accessory shop to offset the debt.
Morning.
Oh, you're expecting me?
I was actually. I was going to give you guys a call today.
Oh, cracking. Mr. Chauhan?
Yes, that's me, Mr. Chauhan.
No, man, yes. Hello, sir. My name's Mr. Highway, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here today, sir, with the outstanding writ to collect an outstanding sum of £12,780.
See, I'm not sure who I've spoken to, but like...
9 pence.
You used to be my dad's shop just down the road, 2 days away.
Right.
So the debt was actually for that business that closed, I think, 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't know, for some reason they put my name on there.
Yeah.
I actually used to work there. I was studying at the time.
Okay.
I just used to help out. But obviously, it's my dad's business.
The writ is against you personally.
I've actually spoken to the Northampton County Court, basically.
Right.
I'm just waiting for their call.
Right.
They were supposed to appoint to stand or slide over. I think it was...
Yeah, that'll be for an application to set aside the writ.
Mr. Chauhan says it's his father and not him who owes the money, and that he's appealed the case. But the writ is against Noman Chauhan, trading as Chauhan, and the agents have enough evidence to believe that they're in the right place.
So we're here to execute the writ. So that's on the balance of £12,782.79. Otherwise, we will be taking control of goods.
Okay, it's not my debt, mate. I'll be honest.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding balance? Okay, so we're here to seize goods then, sir.
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just speak to my...
I'll look at the side.
While Mr. Chauhan calls his father, the agents start to look around the shop for goods they could seize if there's no offer of payment. Matt immediately spots some car keys, but his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Mate, you want to give my keys back to me, please?
No, at the minute they're seized, sir.
Well, they're not seized because it's not my car. It's a company car. Give me my keys.
No, at the moment they're seized.
Give me my car keys.
No, at the moment they're seized, sir.
Give me my car keys, mate.
No, at the moment they're seized. Can I have my writ back?
Don't
Thank
lend
you.
me your keys, mate.
Thanks so much.
What's wrong with you, man? Seriously? I'm trying to explain something to you, yeah? It's got nothing to do with me.
I've listened to your explanation, but it doesn't make any sense. When enforcing a writ, we can see from experience if people's tensions are rising. You can see it in the way they're acting, their gestures, the way they're behaving, the volume of their voice. We're constantly of a calm manner all the way through the enforcement. We don't raise our voice, we don't shout and scream. That's not what we're there to do. We're there to calm the issue back down again and get on with what we're there to do.
As Mr. Chauhan says he can't pay, Gary heads out to find his car. But all he's got to go on is a Mercedes keyring.
Search for a Mercedes. Ah, there we are. It looks a nice Mercedes. 14 plate, E220.
If the car is free of finance, it can be seized to offset the debt. Gary heads back to the shop to do a finance check.
Good morning, Derek.
Good morning. Can you put me through to someone to do a HPI check, please? Yeah. Is it a fleet car, is it?
The car is on a lease agreement. As it isn't owned outright by Mr. Chauhan, it can't be seized. Now the agent's only option is to remove stock from the shop. But because the jewellery and shoes are of low value, they will have to take almost all of it to come anywhere close to clearing the £12,000 debt. Matt called the office to authorise removal.
We're at the property at the moment. It's a shop selling Asian jewellery and shoes. There's absolutely no chance of payment, so we're going to be looking at removal stage, mate, on it.
Mr. Chauhan still seems reluctant to cooperate with the agents. As they start to pack up the assets, Mr. Chauhan suddenly closes the shutters and walks out, leaving an assistant behind to mind the shop.
I can't believe they've just gone. Or maybe they're at the bank withdrawing 12,000. You never know, do you? Stranger things have happened.
Gary, I found a lovely set for you here.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
My weekend attire.
I think they call them a pendant drop.
Oh, a pendant drop?
Don't know how I know that, but...
Suddenly, the shop assistant hands Matt her phone.
Hello? Let me just take some details from you, bear me a second. Yeah.
An official from the county court is on the line.
Obviously at this point in time we're executing the writ here. Can you make sure the judge is aware of that as well?
The reason for Mr. Chauhan's quick disappearance is becoming clear.
Lovely, thank you. It says the defendant is in front of me, and in the next half an hour to 45 minutes he's going to put him in front of a judge.
It seems that Mr. Chauhan is at the county court and has secured an emergency hearing to get the writ suspended. It's an unprecedented turn of events for the agents.
I've never heard that one before.
I've never heard that one before.
Especially that quick.
It's a new one on me.
While Matt and Gary wait to hear the outcome of the emergency hearing, they have the right to continue enforcement action.
To get a court appointment on the day of enforcement, I have never seen this happen before. But you just have to deal with that. There's a legal process that we have to stick to. Unless I've got a letter from the judge, we're not going to leave. We're going to stay. And we're going to execute this High Court writ.
But what happened next would take them both by surprise. 2 hours later, Mr. Chauhan suddenly returns with two of his brothers.
Are you back?
You want to get into it, mate?
What's happened, but...
What's happening? Well, you tell me what's happening, then.
Whoa! Don't touch me.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Wait.
Get out. Get the fuck out, Baldy. What the fuck is saying to you? You dirty bastard. Get him out of my fucking shop. Get the fuck out of my shop. Son of a bitch.
This unusual case has suddenly taken a violent turn.
Hey, fuck, are you looking at you?
Oh, why, mate? Move out of the way.
It will take all of Matt and Gary's experience to get the situation back under control. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway were at an accessories shop in Birmingham to collect over £12,000 owed to a supplier.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding balance?
Mr. Chauhan denied the debt was his.
It's got nothing to do with me.
And in an unprecedented move, managed to get an on-the-spot hearing at the county court.
Half an hour to 45 minutes is going to put him in front of a judge.
I've never heard that one before.
But when he returned to the shop with his brothers, the situation turned violent, and Gary was assaulted.
Baldy, whoa! Get the fuck out of my shop, you son of a bitch! Get on me?
Oh, why, mate?
Wait, get out.
Now, Gary and Matt have got to get this debt recovery back on track.
Can I have the police, please? My name's Gary Ball, a High Court enforcement agent. I've just been assaulted.
With the police on their way, they need to find out what's been happening at the court.
You've been to court. What did the court say?
Can you read, you stupid fuck? Can you read? You dumb fucker.
The document is confirmation that the writ has been suspended, pending a further hearing.
I'll take a picture of it.
Take a picture of it. Right now, what are you idiots? Use your help.
The agents aren't able to continue enforcement action today. But the men aren't calming down.
Dumb fucker, use your brain. Use your brain, you dumb bastards.
At least you remember that.
You dumb bastards.
Fucking bastard.
Dumb bastard.
Abuse the fucker, that's bastard. Fat bastard, bailiff.
I do this every day of the week. He doesn't concern me. He doesn't concern me. You don't worry me one bit. When insults are flowing, I don't take it personally. There isn't anything anybody could call me I've not heard before. It's just the way people react sometimes. Unfortunately, it's part of life.
20 minutes later, the police finally arrive. And Mr. Chauhan immediately leaves the shop.
The guy that's assaulted my colleague is this guy in the black t-shirt. Has tried to leave the scene. Okay, Saz.
You're telling me what
Yeah, we called you. My name's Matthew Hire. I'm a High Court enforcement agent. It's my colleague, Mr. Ball. We've been here for a little while.
Yeah, I was doing some paperwork at the counter here. Next thing I know, I felt a punch or a slap or something in the back of my head. He grabbed me, was trying to throw me out. He's been arrested.
Yeah, he's with colleagues.
Outside, Mr. Chauhan's father arrives, just as his son is being handcuffed. He immediately starts abusing the agents himself.
Get lost.
Watch it, otherwise you'll end up getting yourself locked up as well.
Already bastard.
Son of a bitch. You're going to get yourself locked up if you carry on.
It's not nice to be assaulted. They had the result they wanted. They put a hold on the case. There was no reason whatsoever for him to come back in the way that he did and assault me. You know, they've got the letter from the judge. They could have just showed it us. We'd have took a picture and we would have left. But that's what he wanted to do, and he got arrested for it.
With the situation still volatile, the police advise Matt and Gary to leave the scene. As well as his court date to contest the debt, Mr. Chauhan could now face an assault charge.
When people start assaulting us, doing our job, then it's just not on, and we won't stand for it. And we have a policy to prosecute every time.
Got me right blinder, mate.
Did he?
Yeah. He just went to the back of me, blindsided me, whack.
My son's been off to jail for the night.
The number of landlords in the UK who are owed money by their tenants is on the rise, with the average amount owed exceeding £1,600. With rents predicted to rise faster than house prices over the next 5 years, rent arrears are estimated to be the biggest problem facing landlords in 2017. High Court enforcement agents Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are in Bromley, southeast London, with a writ to collect over £5,000 owed by Miss Frances Jackson to an ex-landlord.
This one is over unpaid rent. We're looking to collect £5,216.60.
The address is on a busy main road, protected by a security gate.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Do you think that buzzer's working?
Can't reach to knock on the door.
Nobody appears to be in. But moments later, there are signs of life.
A light's just come on in the top bedroom.
There's still no sign of Miss Jackson, so the agents change tactic.
Could we reposition the van so we're completely blocking the gates? Hopefully that'll gain some response.
The agent's move immediately pays off.
There we go. Hello, Miss Jackson. Hello, my name's Max Caraher. I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
Oh, yeah.
Francis, we've been sent out because you owe money totalling £5,216.60.
Yeah, I know
You know about
and
this?
I did text him and said that I was willing to pay him £50 a month.
£50 a month?
Yeah. I lost my job and I couldn't afford to stay in his house anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to move out and he was amicable. There was no nastiness. And then I got a job and I texted him and said, look, I'm offering to pay you £50 a month. At the moment, that's all I can afford to pay.
As Miss Jackson's offer of £50 a month would take 8.5 years to pay off, the landlord escalated the case to the High Court to get his money back sooner. Now Steve and Max must get this case resolved today, one way or another.
That still leaves us in the situation that we need to collect on the just over £5,000.
Well, I haven't got anything.
Have you got anybody who you can call as a lifeline?
Oh, That's why I was paying monthly.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything. That's why I'm starting from scratch to try and build myself up again.
We're commanded to come to the property to see.
My property.
Is it not? What, do you rent a room?
I haven't got anything. All the furniture in the room is the lady's.
Failing to collect on it, what we need to do is I have to call for removals to inspect goods in your room, see if there's anything worth us removing. It's not what I want to do at all, but I have no choice.
Mining, only my clothes. So what do you do? Take my car?
If that's my only option, then yes, I have to take your car.
With no means to pay and no assets in the house, the agents have no option but to seize Miss Jackson's car.
So what do I do now?
I'll probably call your employer to say that you won't be making it to work on time. My hands are tied in the matter.
No one I can get £5,000 off.
No.
Nobody I know. I bring home £1,100 a month.
Yeah.
Working 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but...
No, don't be silly. You don't have to say sorry to me. That's all right.
All I did was give up my flat and my job to come to London and nurse my father who couldn't. It was either that or put him in a home to die, and I weren't doing that.
That's awful. Absolutely
and I
awful.
nursed him until he died, and he lived in a retirement flat.
Okay.
Once he died, we had to sell the flat and split the money with my sisters, and it wasn't a lot. And then I rented a house for a year, and then I couldn't afford to pay it, and this is what's happened.
I really do understand what you're saying. Sorry, Frankie. That is absolutely awful.
And I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Now I rent a room, and now I haven't even been able to car.
Thank you very much.
It is hard some days, because some cases where you know that someone is genuine and they don't actually have anything, and the only thing they have is their tiny little car, which means the world to them. But to the claimant, it's just money. So sometimes it's really hard, but at the end of the day, we're still commanded to collect the money.
It's clear that since her father's illness, Frankie has fallen on hard times. But now it's not only her car she's worried about losing.
If the woman I rent this house comes down and sees this, I'm not even going to have anywhere to live.
That's ridiculous. We can move the vehicle to somewhere where she won't see the recovery.
I don't want her to know anything.
Okay, we'll move the vehicle.
The agents allow Frankie to move her car away from the driveway. But before they call recovery, Max asks her one more time whether she can raise any funds.
There is no way that you can sort this out without us.
But not
is there?
today.
What way is that?
Well, the only way I can do it is ask my boss or ask my ex, but I can't do it like right now because my brain is just...
You know what? I can see that you're shaky, and I understand.
I'm sorry, I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
That's all right. Don't panic. Take a deep breath and refocus. Have you got a couple of grand in savings?
I had.
What do you have in savings, Frankie?
£2.
Have you got any other assets?
Not anything.
Jewellery, watches?
I'm not one of them people. I just live a simple life. I've never earned the money. They're just normal people that just go to work and live on your wages. We just come from a normal working class loving family. And this is just the worst thing ever. So I'm going to have no car now. I've got nothing, not even on my own bed. I just can't take no more. All I did was look after Dad. Right now I just feel like running away from him.
I can tell it's a very stressful situation.
When somebody's emotional, it does have a knock-on effect on us, because we can see the situation they're in and how they are, and we still have to try and get through the job. She was a genuine, honest, hard-working person who just had a hard time.
Max and Steve have now been at the property for an hour. Even though the vehicle is only likely to raise half the £5,000 owed, seizing it is the agent's only option. Max calls for recovery.
I've got the keys to the vehicle. The only way to chip off of this debt will be removing the vehicle. Thanks very much for that, John. I think it really is all hitting home now that she's got High Court enforcement agents standing at her door. And unfortunately, after this, there's still going to be an outstanding amount. Taking her vehicle away is not going to help her personal situation. However, we are commanded to look from it from the claimant's point of view. There's always two sides to every story.
While the agents wait for the recovery truck to arrive, Frankie gets on the phone to her ex-partner.
How is she? She's calmed down a bit. Her ex-partner then, he's going to come and finish work and going to come and pick her up and take her off for a few days away from here.
To prevent further distress, Steve wants her to go inside before the recovery vehicle arrives.
I'll try and move the car up the road away from the house for you. You go and have yourself a cup of tea. So, I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay.
As Frankie goes inside to wait for her ex, recovery arrives to remove her car.
It's a shame that we have to do it.
She changed her whole lifestyle to look after her dad, and ever since then, she's slid down and down and down, hasn't she? I've got the keys, or you got the keys?
I've got the keys.
Frankie's car will be sold at auction, and the cash raised offset against the debt. The office will contact her to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance. But if she doesn't keep up with her repayments, the agents will be back. Max and Steve have had to deal with a sensitive situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case,
You stolen everything here, £3 million.
they meet a businessman at risk of losing everything.
I don't have a home at the moment. I've had a fortune in the past, everything's gone.
Across the UK, people living in rural communities are struggling to make ends meet. Average wages are over £4,500 lower than those in urban areas. A £1,000 increase in the gap since 2010. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are now in Wrexham, North Wales, on their way to a farm to collect over £6,000 owed to an engineering consultancy firm by builder and property developer Michael Brownrigg.
Yeah, we're off to see Mr. Michael Brownrigg, and he owes £6,611.51.
As the agents drive into the property, they meet a vehicle coming the other way.
This might be him, could be.
Hi, sir. Hello, sir. Michael Brownrigg.
I ask who it is?
Yeah, we're High Court Enforcement Agents. What's your name, sir?
I am Michael.
You are Michael.
Oh, you are Michael?
Oh, yes, sir.
Should we pop back in and have a chat with you about a High Court writ, sir?
This is my property here.
Right.
I don't have any
But
property.
the writ is for this address, sir, so...
Well, the address doesn't belong to me.
You don't know the address, sir? We've not told you the address, have we? So do you know it's not for you when we've not told you an address? Here's the High Court writ, sir. That's your copy. It's £6,611.51, sir.
I have offered to pay this debt. I accept that.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is now go to his offices in Chester, and I'm going to go and see him personally.
After first insisting the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says he has an arrangement to pay off the debt. But the time for informal agreements has come and gone.
Unfortunately, sir, the company you're talking about is taking it to the county court. They've been successful in getting a CCJ against you. It's now been escalated to the High Court for enforcement purposes, which is why we're here.
I don't have any assets. I've got absolutely nothing.
Right, okay. Can you clear this balance, sir?
I can pay you £100 now.
Okay.
And that's all I'll be able to pay.
It's a £6,500 debt, sir.
I understand that, but I can make a payment today of £100.
It isn't even going to cover the interest on it, is it?
Knowing his offer won't be accepted by the claimant, the agent's only option is to look for any assets Michael might own that they could seize.
Well, you can't come past here. This is not my ground.
Yes, I can see. I've High Court writs. I can go anywhere in England and Wales. I'm going to be carrying on, okay.
As Michael is listed on the electoral register at the address, the agents have a right to explore the estate.
Well, there's a tractor. A digger, what are they called?
There doesn't seem to be anything of value on the land, so the agents must investigate the contents of the outbuildings.
What's he got in these barns, though? That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. It's very shifty, isn't it? Yeah. Just doesn't want to play ball at all, does he?
Michael has followed the agents down to the farm buildings, but he's left his keys in the car.
Hang on, you can't take those keys.
Okay, it's seized at the moment, sir.
Worth just a few £100s at auction, the car alone won't be enough to cover the £6,500 debt, but it could be a valuable bargaining tool for the agents.
What value we attach to something might not be the same value that the defendant attaches to it. So what we see as, possibly an old car or whatever it may be, in fact to them is worth a whole lot more. And it's worth a lot more to them than it is in monetary value. Well, I'm going to try and get in here. Might be nothing, but... boat. Caravan, a boat. A ride-on mower.
This belongs to Worthingbury Welsh Water.
After claiming the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says that the barn and its contents belong to a water business, Worthingbury Welsh Water, and that they're nothing to do with him. Matt and Gary turn detective.
Looks interesting, doesn't it?
Deeds, site plans. You got letters here, Michael, with your name on? It is your property, isn't it, Michael?
It's not my property.
The agents have found paperwork listing Michael as a former director of Worthingbury Welsh Water.
They've got your name on, sir, have they? This has nothing to do with you earlier.
This is my paperwork.
In a barn that's got nothing to do with you?
Not in a barn.
It looks like a barn to me, sir.
Unless Michael can prove that the items in the barn belong to the water company and not him personally, they could be seized. But there's a problem.
The only thing that's worth anything, mate, in this old place is behind you. Who does this belong to?
That was all part of Worthingbury Welsh Water stuff.
Who does it belong to?
That belongs to the company.
Okay. To the company?
Yeah.
Can he prove it? Because at this point in time, as far as seizable assets go, that's going to be what we're going to be seizing, I think.
Without proof that the water company owns the boat, the agents could seize it. But the situation is clearly beginning to take its toll.
I'm in a bit of a state at the moment. I'm in shock. You just have to excuse me and bear with me.
Okay. What can you pay off this debt today, sir?
All I've got is £100. Right. I had not only this one debt, I've got a court order for 80,000. I've got, I think it's 13.5 acres left on this site. Been took off me by the bank. The bank has repossessed it.
Right.
I used to own everything here, £3 million. I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone when the recession came.
It seems that Michael used to own a large percentage of the estate, a former farm, and invested thousands here in property development. But hard times have forced him to sell up. And now what little land he has left has been taken into receivership to pay off an additional £80,000 debt.
I understand what you're saying. Listen, Michael, I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand our job, okay?
I understand that.
Despite Michael's situation, the agents must get this case resolved. And their only option now is to seize the boat. But then, another man arrives at the barn.
Is this gentleman looking for you?
Oh, here he is.
Well, to explain who we are, sir, my name's Mr. Tyler, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
The man is a property developer. He's interested in buying Michael's land and has come to view it. While Michael takes him to see the land, Gary and Matt check for any other assets they could seize.
We've got 2 old boats, a stripped caravan. It's a strange one, isn't it? I think that barn that we've been in is probably the only bit of the farm that he's actually got left. There's literally nothing here to satisfy the debt.
10 minutes later, Michael returns to the barn with some surprising news. The man has offered to buy the land.
My sale's definitely going to go through now. He's paying 90,000 for it. I think the bank's owed about 80. There's 10 left over. By the time they take the fees out, there's enough there to pay. And that's it sorted.
It's a promising development for the agents. But they will still need an immediate down payment and some guarantees on the deal before they can walk away.
So what we need to do is solve this for today, don't we?
Well, I can offer to pay £100 today.
I know you keep saying that, Michael, but that £100 isn't going to be enough, is it?
I've already borrowed as much as I can.
Right.
Off family and everything. I'm in a hell of a state.
I understand things aren't great.
They're great. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, I understand that.
But then suddenly, Michael increases his offer.
I can go and try and find £1,000 now, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'll be able to.
So if I give you your car back, you'll go away and you'll get £1,000?
Yeah.
Matt gives Michael an hour to raise the cash and calls the office to see whether his offer of £1,000 today and the balance when the land is sold off is acceptable to the claimant.
Hi, I'm on the strangest job ever.
But instead of leaving to go and fetch the money, Michael suddenly pulls a large amount of cash from his wallet.
I thought you only said you could have 100 today, sir. You got more in your wallet?
This is to pay someone else, and I'm going to pay it out of this, and I'm not sure how much is here.
Get counting, man.
After claiming he had only £100, Michael has now produced 800.
The amount of times someone's told me that they've not got a penny, but then when push comes to shove and something's about to be lost, suddenly cash starts to appear. So, you know, it's amazing where people can pull money from when there's an issue. Been accepted, Michael.
Right.
£1,000 today, with a balance by the 1st of December.
The payment plan may have been accepted, but if Michael can't raise the extra £200 he needs, the deal could be off.
Right, may I have my key? I'll go and get you the 200.
There you go. How long will you be?
A couple of hours, I think.
A couple of hours?
I'll be back, but I say an hour.
While the agents wait for Michael to return, Gary puts the boat under a controlled goods agreement. If Michael doesn't pay the balance, the agents will have to seize it.
It's the first boat I ever took control of, to be fair. You get asked for serial numbers and things like that, model of the boat, but, you know, I'm from the Midlands. We don't see boats in the Midlands.
45 minutes later, Michael returns with the £200.
That didn't take you 2 hours, did it?
My brain's all over the place.
Well, I hope things improve for you, Michael, and I hope we don't have to come back, mate.
I've always tried to stay positive through everything. As difficult as it may be, but that's what you have to do.
Michael, thank you. I hope things get better for you, mate, alright?
The case is resolved for now. But if Michael doesn't pay the £5,500 he still owes within 30 days, the agents will be back.
Do you think he'll pay, mate? Do you think it'll get sorted?
I think we'll be back here on a Monday morning, getting our boots muddy again.
Do you think?
And he'll have better just head in the sand again. So yeah, I do believe we'll have to be back here in December. But is that my no faith in humanity?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Over the past 12 years, the number of High Court writs issued in the UK has increased by more than 50%. Nearly 500,000 writs have been issued since the beginning of the decade, resulting in the recovery of over £400 million. Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are back on the road, this time in Romford, Essex, on a very unusual case.
We're off to see the Mayor and Burgesses of the London Borough of Havering in the Town Hall. We're looking to collect £12,413.94.
I don't think they're going to be pleased to see us.
The council were taken to court by a private landlord over damages to a property made by a benefit tenant. The council appealed but lost, and now the agents are here to collect the full amount, plus court costs.
There is a car park at the end. Pay and display. What's the chances of them putting a parking ticket on us today? Okay, let's find a front door.
Let's go round here.
The writ is not against the mayor personally, but Havering Council. So the agents have a right to remove any assets belonging to them if payment isn't made. And it looks like they're in luck.
There's a vehicle just out the front.
I would take that as being the mayor's car.
So would I. That needs to be seized. Hello, Miss. High Court Enforcement Agents. We are here to see the Mayor.
The Mayor?
Yes.
All right, hold on a moment.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd like to see the mayor.
You'll need to make an appointment.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay. The mayor's not always in the building. You'll need to make an appointment. We can try and get hold of...
If you would,
that'd be great, madam. I want to take the vehicle if that's all right. Can I have the keys?
While Steve waits for the employees to make some calls, Max goes to clamp the mayor's limousine outside.
There's a vehicle with the mayor's logo on it. We're going to seize that at this moment in time. Haverham, London Borough. Some paperwork here. Mayoral request to attend out-of-borough events. Definitely the mayor's vehicle. That's good enough for me.
Clamping the mayor's limousine outside the town hall could be embarrassing for the council. But will it be enough to convince them to pay the £12,000 they owe? High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner were at Romford Town Hall, Essex, to collect more than £12,000 owed by the London Borough of Havering to a private landlord.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay.
Max clamped the mayor's official limousine in the hope the threat of seizing it would prompt payment.
Haverham, London Borough. It's good enough for me.
Now, a council official is trying to work out who the agents need to talk to get the matter resolved.
I need information from you. I can then go and get the right legal team. So if you can tell me what it's for...
Okay, it's not the mayor in person.
No.
It's the mayor and burgesses of Haverham.
Okay. Can I give you that? You can hold of that. I will have to lock that door, but you can get that way. I'm literally going to be... Also, I don't look like I can run out. Alright, but you can chase me, love, I won't be running.
Debt discriminates against nobody. It doesn't matter where you are in life, whether you're on the lowest rung of the ladder or you're at the top of the ladder. Collecting from a large organisation, yes, they're going to have the money. The downside is it's finding the person to sign the cheque or pay the bill, because someone will want a piece of paper to say that they can pay it. Someone will want a signature to say that, yes, that's okay, the money can go. So that's the difficulty of it.
Minutes later, the official comes back with the council's chief lawyer.
Hello. Steve Pinner, High Court enforcement agent. We have a writ in the name of the mayor, not the mayor personally, the mayor as the office. The amount outstanding is £12,413.94p.
All right.
And we are looking to collect that.
Now?
Yes.
All right. The trouble is, it doesn't really tell us what it relates to.
We wouldn't have information about that. We're simply the enforcement.
Do you mind if I make a few inquiries? Because I've got no idea what this relates to.
Obviously, we're not going to pay you for something we don't know anything about.
You guys do know something about it. It's already tried to be an appeal.
The people that you're actually speaking to don't know anything about it.
Absolutely.
It's a big organisation. Yeah. So, do you mind if I just go down the corridor and make a few inquiries if I can find out what we've got file on this?
Fine for me, sir. I'll get the HPI.
While the lawyer makes his inquiries, Max goes out to run a check on the mayor's limousine.
Hello, John, it's Max here. I've got the mayor's vehicle clamped at the moment. Can I run an HPI check on that, please?
Certainly, this is the mayor's vehicle, yeah?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's on finance.
It's on finance?
It's not good news. The car can't be seized. But now another council vehicle is parked behind it.
John, can I give you another one? There's a vehicle with London Borough of Havering written on it, parked right behind it.
We're white Ford Transit Courier.
Correct.
That's free of finance.
It's free of finance?
We've got an approximation on the value for our purposes of £5,000.
The van is owned by the council and will clear almost half the debt. Max unclamps the limousine and goes to seize it, just as its driver appears from the building.
Sorry, madam, you can't drive off in this vehicle. It's seized at the moment. Okay? Sorry about that. Probably go inside and have another cup of tea. Okay. No, it's nothing to do with parking, madam. Nothing to do with you. Don't worry. It's more the council. So nothing to do with you. Don't feel bad or anything.
20 minutes later, the council's lawyer reappears.
I've made some progress, right, so I know the case is down, we need to make the payment. Now, in terms of the method of payment, what I can do is get a bank transfer.
That's not a problem.
So all I just need to do is get the details of where I need to send it to you.
I can give you them, sir. So I'm sure you appreciate we can't take boots off the ground until we know that the money's been transferred.
You would need to get confirmation from the bank.
From our office, yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
The agents must wait for the office to confirm they've received the transfer of funds before they will unclamp the van.
I know having a clamped vehicle outside of the head office isn't ideal, but unfortunately it's nothing you've done whatsoever, but...
Max, it's your fault. Yeah. Steve's lovely.
I guess the council should learn to pay their bills on time. Then this wouldn't happen.
You're not a popular chap today, are you?
I'm not, no.
Moments later, the office calls Max.
Hello, Max speaking.
Hi, Max.
It's in?
It's in, yeah.
Excellent. We shall issue a receipt and we can release their clamped vehicle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Alison.
He said if you check, it should have gone through by now.
Just checked, madam. Thank you for that.
Lovely.
We're just doing all the relevant paperwork for it. There's the copy of the receipt for you.
Thank you.
The council has paid off the debt in full. But as the agents go to release the council van, they spot someone about to get into the mayoral car.
Oh, that's the mayor. Hello there, madam. It's obviously an oversight somewhere along the line.
How embarrassing.
It's now been dealt with.
We're chairing a meeting for Citizens Advice Bureau. Come down and you've got
I hope we haven't ruined your day.
You have. You've made me really late for the next
I do apologise.
You have, and I'm finished now for the day.
Take care. It's all been done, sorted, and that's the end of it.
Photograph of it.
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Funny how she shows up, just as it's all dealt with.
It's been a successful job for the agents, but they're just about to find out it's not only the council who need to pay their way.
Just nicked you.
Oh, he ain't, has he?
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh!
Unbelievable. Hello, sir. You've just given us a parking ticket.
Yes, I did, sir. Unfortunately.
We're here with a High Court writ.
I've been called here saying check around for vehicles that apparently been parked here without paying a paying display.
Okay.
I came around, checked. This is the only vehicle that I found. Unfortunately, everybody has to pay a ticket.
Okay, that's not a problem. I got a parking ticket at the end of that, and I suppose that's karma, really. So, yeah, you win some, you lose some. You like us doing your job. I don't have a problem with that.
Two more families from either end of the wealth divide swap lives for 7 days. The result is Rich House, Poor House, new tomorrow at 9. Next though, trust issues destroyed one couple, but could a night of plain honest talk and help build them back up again? It's new One Night with My Ex.